What's up everybody, this is Dank Ferrick, and today we are going to have a short but meaningful discussion as we ask a what if question. This one revolves around our beloved, if not infamous, Emperor Sheev Palpatine. But before we do begin that, the channel needs your help, that's right, your help to get moving. If you enjoyed this content, hit that like button to get this video out there, and if you're new, consider subscribing. Quality Star Wars content is coming and it's always on the way, around the corner, right here on Dank Ferrick. But without anything further, let's get into this Star Wars what if. So a question I've been asked a lot, and it's one I find curious, is what if Palpatine killed Luke at the end of the Return of the Jedi? What would have changed? And I'll tell you guys what, I do have an answer, and it's a pretty simple one to be honest. But to get there, we will need to unravel some facts about the Emperor, the Galactic Civil War, and the Battle of Endor. Let's do that now. First off, we will look at the Sith Lord himself, the most powerful of any Sith throughout galactic history. He may not have ruled as long as some others who came before, but in his decades of tyranny, he cast an unrivaled shadow of darkness that stretched from the core worlds all the way to the Outer Rim and back again, if not beyond that. This was Sheev Palpatine, and he was darkness. It was in this time around Return of the Jedi that he had plans. Yes, plans to destroy the Alliance, to restore the Republic, to continue his secret work around sustaining or ensuring his hold on the galaxy was his. He did this by looking into eternal life, just as his master before him started. And he is also still holding on to his hatred for the Jedi themselves and the risk they once posed. After all, hope is a dangerous weapon in an age when prejudice, propaganda, and order through a firm hand as well as suppression reign supreme. Palpatine's goal years before was to avenge the Sith and put them back in the seat of galactic power. He did just that. So now at all costs, even with one Jedi, he had to maintain it. The last fact to look at before we tell our story is the Battle of Endor, and that's where we turn our page to now, and this is an important one. So let us think back to the events of that battle, both on the Forest Moon itself, in the stars above, and within the revised battle station, the Death Star 2. The fight for victory here for the Rebel Alliance was paramount. There was a second Death Star right there, and it also meant there were so many imperative Imperials all in one place, even if it's because Palpatine foresaw the battle and the attack to come. But still, it was an opportunity, and it was an obligation of an opportunity to take, one the Rebel Alliance could not and would not pass up. The key points for the removal of the Death Star and its personnel, which was the main objective of the Rebel Alliance, lied in two parts: space and ground objectives. The shield generator had to be destroyed to expose the Death Star so it could actually be struck and destroyed. Only then could the Alliance fleet move in to do just that. And let us also remember, in the battle, Luke Skywalker did not trigger this outcome one way or the other, not like he did during the Battle of Yavin, where he was absolutely paramount. No, this time he was solely focused on confronting the two Dark Lords of the Sith. So with that regardless, General Han Solo and his assault team would find the shield generator and eventually destroy it. Then that would leave Akbar, Lando, and others of the Navy to move in and destroy the second Death Star. Another crippling victory against the Empire by the Alliance. But now, with all of the facts spoken on and laid out, let's look at the point, let's answer the question, and let's tell our story. The what if begins.
Welcome, young Skywalker. I have been expecting you. You no longer need those.
We know how this tale goes. We'll follow it and we'll follow it all of the way until the point where Luke Skywalker finally takes his new lightsaber after knocking his father to the ground and tosses it aside in the throne room. And then the words, "So be it, Jedi," leave the lips of the Emperor. It was in this moment, just as before in the original tale, that surges of bright force lightning would leave the wrinkled, pale, and corrupt hands of the mighty Dark Lord and onto the son of Anakin Skywalker, all as Lord Vader himself watched over the shoulder of his insidious master and overlord, witnessing the sheer torture and potential destruction of his son. As Luke cried out for his father to aid him, Vader would feel the same confliction he did in the original tale. Anakin Skywalker would be emerging again after all of these years. The light Luke always saw and felt still lurking deep within Vader comes to the surface again after all this time. But sadly, it happens a moment too late. Right as the infamous mask of Vader snapped towards Palpatine, as the lightning was glowing off its shining surface, Luke would be taken by the pain and the damage of this crippling dark force power being afflicted upon him. His body would go limp. In this moment, Anakin would react and pick up his master, throwing him down the endless shaft beneath the throne room floor. Redemption, that much isn't change, but Luke's survival, that was. So yes, Vader would still be redeemed. That would not change. He had to see what he never had be lost. The last and only person in his tenure as a Sith Lord to ever say that they truly feel the good in him perish. His own son die. And it was enough for him. But Vader was weakened by the blow that Luke struck upon him. It took all of his strength to make rid of his Dark Master, even in this version. So the Dark Lord finally laid upon the floor, next to the body of his son, finding a way to remove his mask with one hand to see Luke's limp body, the body of his son, the face of his son, alive or not, with his own eyes. From here, as the Death Star was struck, the two of them would lay upon the cold floor together, father and son, Jedi and Sith redeemed, all as the reactor of the Death Star blew. Together, they would leave in this death and join with the cosmic force. So the question is now, what does this change? Well, I don't see it changing much. The death of Luke, just like the suffering of Luke, would still push Darth Vader to find his redemption, to still uphold the prophecy and destroy the Sith. And I still highly believe that the Alliance would be successful in their effort to destroy the Death Star, which gives them the footing to push the Empire into the remnant it becomes and build the new Republic. So you see, Luke dying doesn't give us some cool, twisted, Force-unleashed dark side moment. While yes, I believe some people would find that cool or exciting for the effects or the twisted nature it could bring, I like Star Wars for those deep human moments, the family moments that the characters have, whether it's with a villain or a hero or anyone in between. And if Luke died, those moments would hold true more than ever. Only in a new light is all. So, Palpatine, what if he killed Luke? A few details are shaken up. A father and son turned to the cosmic force. A victory for freedom and democracy is had. All of that and so much more. And who knows, perhaps Luke just might appear one day to show his sister the ways of the Force. The torch of the Jedi, even in some light, still passed on. To close, I have to say that I'm sure some of you are wondering, what comes with the next generation? What does this mean for the likes of Ben Solo, Rey, and others? Well, let me tell you this.
A good question for another time.